It's 19.5 minutes past 2. Louise with you on BBC Radio Wales. We've had a fabulous pumpkin pie recipe from ethical chef Derry Reid. He's still here. But if you're looking for more recipes for your seasonal veg, then look no further. Our reporter Jason Phelps went along to a cookery school near Carmarthen for a bit of inspiration.
That's the sound of peppers, shallots and ginger frying in a pan. Believe me, the smell is heavenly. And the chefs are all school pupils, members of the Pumpkin Patch Cookery School near Carmarthen. Amy and Sam told me about their Halloween pumpkin experiences.
Make faces and cut the top open, scoop all the seeds and gunk thing that comes with it. And then my mum normally draws with a pencil on it lightly, and then I use a knife and cut eyes and mouths and stuff.
Last year there were no pumpkins in the shops, so my mum had to, well, she tried to carve a Swede.
Did it work?
No, it didn't. It failed miserably.
So we're going to make a pumpkin or a butternut squash chunky stew tonight. It's a recipe I've tried a few weeks ago, and I've been saving it up especially for Halloween, since you're going to be carving pumpkins anyway. So we've got
Lisa Fearn is head chef here at the Pumpkin Patch, and in her kitchen, if a pumpkin is being carved, discarding the insides is not an option.
A little bit of Cajun seasoning just to spice it up. When the pumpkin's harvested, they cut it off with a little bit of the stalk showing. That's the handle. So cut as close to the handle as you can, and then remove the seeds from inside. They can be quite stringy and sticky, but take them all out. And if you want to, you can pop those in a bowl of water to wash off the remains of the flesh. The pumpkin seeds will float to the surface, and you can then scoop those off and dry them in an oven. Either use them yourself, they're full of vitamins and very nutritious, or give them to the birds.
So let's get back to those peppers, shallots and ginger. This is a pumpkin stew in the making.
Well, we're going to be using pumpkin and butternut squash and probably sweet potato. All three look very, very similar in terms of the colour of the flesh that we're using. So you can mix and match, if you like, into any recipe. We're going to be cutting it into chunky chunks. We're going to be adding some onion or some shallot, whichever you have. Even leek would be ideal. And then we're going to add some ginger, some garlic, some coconut milk, and we're going to make a really, really tasty butternut squash stroke pumpkin stew.
What makes it so delicious?
It's the combination. We add a little bit of Cajun seasoning, so that adds a little bit of heat. The coconut milk adds a really nice flavour to it. And the fact that it's served chunky as well. We add tomatoes, which are, again is perfect this time of year, because if you've got all those leftover tomatoes in the greenhouse, you just leave them on the windowsill to ripen, and then you can chunk them up and pop them in the stew.
The stew is bubbling away now, and it does have a real kick from that Cajun spicing. The perfect warming meal for a cold All Hallows Eve.
Our reporter Jason Phelps with the Pumpkin Patch Cookery School near Carmarthen. God, it just sounded nice, didn't it? With the spices and all that, Derry. Sounded really nice. Ethical chef Derry Reid is still here.